British and European authorities need to say no to jihad on our streets. We are not a fundamentalist Muslim continent. We never will be. Sharia law will never be for us. We do not have blasphemy laws, and we will not play host to foreign historic drama and conflict spilling onto our streets. I say this in light of the fact that there are calls now for an International Day of Jihad to take place tomorrow, Friday the 13th. It's quite appropriate, isn't it? The former Hamas leader has told Muslims to take to the streets. Well, Khaled Meshaal led Hamas from 2004 to 2017. He now lives in Qatar, and he wants the Arab and Muslim world to rise up in light, of course, of what's going on in Israel and in Gaza. Well, the thing is, though, I just don't think this is going to end up being exclusively in the Arab world, is it? Today, for example, in a couple of hours' time, there is set to be a pro-Hamas rally in Paris, which we will take live, which obviously has the potential to turn very ugly very quickly. We've seen incidents in America, in Australia, in Sheffield, in London, in Berlin. Now, it's not going to take much, I don't think, for the elements of the Muslim anti-Israeli diaspora across Europe to see some form of day of jihad taking place in the Middle East and then respond to their brothers and sisters by taking to the streets themselves. Look, we can't have that here, can we? That would be openly supporting a terror group in the shape of Hamas. It would be openly supporting terrorist activity. You know, Jews on the streets of Britain and Europe will basically just have to stay inside, will they? I mean, Brits will just have to suck it up and allow more incidents of people marching through the streets supporting a terror group. I mean, no, come on. Britain and Europe has to decide right now how it's going to deal with the potential uprising, because in the coming days, the situation in Israel and Gaza is almost definitely going to step up a notch or two. And Britain and Europe stands with Israel. Yet within each European nation, there are clearly pockets of support for Hamas, for the destruction of the Jewish race and for the eradication of Israel. Now, there is a very important, in fact, an absolutely vital distinction to be made between people who simply want those in Gaza, Palestinians, to have a better life, and those who cross that boundary towards supporting a terrorist organisation. And I absolutely do not want to tar everybody with the same brush. I would never want to do that. But right now, we have a former leader of a prescribed terrorist organisation calling for an anti-Israeli Muslim uprising, and we need to make it very clear, I think, that if you take part in that in Britain, then you get locked up. We have had to deal with a heck of a lot of incidents that have frustrated certain more fundamentalist elements of the Muslim community, such as the Batley Grammar School protests, for example. Our police force needs to crack down immediately if it appears that people in this country are going to answer a call by a former leader of a terrorist organisation that has just murdered Jewish babies and children. Any support for those radicals needs to be dealt with straight away.